Okay, so this video is going to talk about a couple of different capabilities that I've added in. First one is an ability to identify contacts that we've created that have become inactive. So in the table that was originally built, the technique was to take those records out of the active table and move them into a different table called the inactive table. That's one technique. Another technique is to leave all contacts, both historical, current, future, in a single table and add a field called inactive, triggered as a yes, no, to the contacts table. And then this gets a little bit funky. We then added a combo box to the contact list table. I created a value list of -1 for yes, the contact is inactive, and 0 for no, if the contact is inactive. And I bound it to the first column value, step 1. Then the next piece was to have a macro that ran when this combo box was run. And the code is an apply filter. So we went in here to new action and just typed in, apply, let's try this again, apply filter. And then added in the condition where the value is equal to inactive, and it matches the value that you're looking at on the screen, on the active control. And by doing that, put the form in edit mode. This shows you an inactive individual, and this shows you only the active individuals within the database. So this portion of the video is going to talk about the ability to send data out of the system. And in this case, I came across this a couple of years ago as somebody else's solution, and they want you to pay for it to send emails and attachments from Access. And so I found this as a inspiration, and then found somebody else's way to do it with Visual Basic code, providing the how-to. And that led to me taking their code as an example, and opening up a Visual Basic capability. And I'll give you that in a couple of seconds here, so that when I was on a specific record and I had populated information about this contact, and I wanted to share that information with somebody else, let's say it's a new soldier, they just in processed, and I want to get a document of the collected soldiers' information to the leadership of the organization. I am on their record. When it's populated, I click a button, and then that generates an email from my computer that then allows me to attach a file that is linked to that specific individual and provide additional information as I need to, and then hit the send button, and then that goes to whomever it needs to be distributed to. And this could be more formalized, but I'm just giving you sort of the framework for what Access is capable of providing. And so to get to this point, what we have here is we've turned on a tool in references that is the Microsoft Outlook 16.0 object library that allows us to send emails. And then this code allows us to open up the Outlook application, build a mail item. This portion of the code defines file name as a string, and today's date as a string, criteria as a string, the report name as a string. And then we can standardize whenever I use today's date as an example, it will reach into this code here and go, oh, well, I need to give you today's date in this format, leveraging now computer's date as year, month, day, hours, and minutes. The report name, in this case here, I'm reaching back to the specific report name that I built. I'll show you that in a couple. And then I want to save this file into a specific location. So, and name the file. So it's following the application's current path wherever it's stored at, and then creating the file name based off of the current record's last name, the file name itself, today's date, and saving it as a PDF. And then whenever I'm building my criteria for filtering, it's looking for the ID value and the current record's ID. So click the button, it does a command that opens a report, it reaches out to report name, its contact details, and it puts it into preview mode, and then it looks for the criteria of the ID for the current record, and it hides it. Then we go into do command, which outputs this document and saves it to as a PDF to the place that we wanted it to save to, and then it closes the report. So on my desktop, I've got a file that saves. Then the next thing that this code does is it goes in and it generates the email with the recipients. And like it says here, the first recipient that it's added in is test. And we could change that over time to send it to a specific group, or send it to the soldier, or send it to ourselves. Populates the subject line with controlled unclassified information, soldier report, that's fixed data. The me.first name, it's reaching into the current record and looking for the first name, joining that, concatenating that with the last name of that current record. In the body of the email, it's dropping some straight up text, and then it's attaching the file name, and then it could just automatically send it, but I've got it set up where it's going to display the file or the email for you so that you can then preview it, check to make sure that it's formatted correctly, that the information that was in the system that the soldier had populated is correct and complete. And then subsequently, once you're good to go with that, you can hit the send button, or you can decide to delete it. So as I was building this capability out, it leveraged this portion of the capability to output the file, and then how to build the email string. One place that I came into an issue with it was trying to send, and I wanted to preview it. So that led me to opening up this questionnaire that somebody else had asked, and gave them the quick little answer of change it from send to display. And then the code for joining text together, concatenating information, like joining first name and last name, but putting a space in between it. That information is described here on this website. So hopefully this gives you some ideas, some inspiration on how to get information out of the system and leveraging the data that you've collected to share it with others within your organization.